Hello YouTube, my name is Niklas Wikholm, and if you think about what is the most important thing in your life is to see in your mind yourself in a good perspective. How to see yourself inside your mind in a good perspective. That's the remedy for self-hate and self-destruction and addiction. If you can see yourself in a good light, imagine yourself in a good light and connect a feeling to it, you're going to be a winner. But the road there is rocky and it's a long way. And I'm going to tell you what I've done to improve my life, to improve my well-being, happiness and thankfulness. If you think about the cheapest things you can do, you think about the most powerful things to do to improve your mental state. And if you improve your mental state, you can become visionary, who visualize things and who visualize yourself in a good light and believe in it and connect a feeling to it. And when we are walking to that direction, sometimes it can feel that we are going backwards, sometimes we are going to the sides, and sometimes we are going upwards. And with upwards, I mean to a higher consciousness, higher vibration, better feeling, and more thankfulness and forgiveness. The things that I mentioned just a second ago, the most powerful things are meditation, yoga, and some kind of low tempo sport where you're not, no kickboxing or that kind of thing, or Thai boxing. I've been doing that too, but I suggest that you increase the hours and you do it with a low level of pulse. How do you say? And you don't stress your body in a big extent. That's the key. And you have a low, if you're walking, biking, hiking, swimming, that kind of things, you're doing it for hours and hours and hours if you have the time to do it. It's very important to do it for hours and hours and hours, because the next step, when you meditate, you combine meditation to this exercise, low temp exercise. You increase the power of meditation about tenfold. You're going to have a massive and enormous benefit of the meditation that you're doing, because when we exercise, there's new neurons, new connections, and the brain is getting oxygenated, and there's new brain cells, and everything is improving in your brain when you exercise. It's like a magic pill in the extent that you combine it, the meditation and the exercise. And when you come to some point that you learn to meditate. You can forgive when you're in this meditation state. It's going to be 10 times stronger. You can be thankful. It can be 10 times more efficient to be thankful in a meditative state. And you can do all kind of exercise in meditation. You can get rid of, if you go to deep meditation, which is very, very good, very beneficial, you can delete connections what you don't need anymore, and you have this massive benefit of the new connections, the new things you want to improve yourself in, the new things you want to put effort in, and we are human beings. We want to, if we run, we want to run further. If we jump, we want to jump higher. If we are earning money, we want to earn more money. But if you do this combination of meditation and exercise, you can improve your mental life's landscape, and delete much of the negativity, much of the negative stuff, much of the anger, much of the things that you're carrying around with you. It's connections, what you don't want to get fire. You don't want them to fire up. You want them to fire up when you see a nice car. You look at the car, you become happy when you look at the nice car. You become happy. You want these connections to become stronger, and then you want to have less of this envy, fear, and hate connections. And with meditation, it's a toolbox which you can unscrew these envy and hate and fear, these lower vibrational thoughts. We become what we think about. Okay, think about if you're walking 1 hour a day, and you decide, okay, I'm going to walk for 4 hours this day. What is going to happen? Okay, you're going to be exhausted. Okay, if you're used to walk 1 hour a day, you're going to be like, my fucking muscles are aching, and I have pain in my back. I would have pain in my back, and I would have stiff muscles, and I would have a small headache, and I would be pissed off, and I wouldn't like it. Okay, it wasn't that wasn't a pleasant thing for me to happen. But if you've done it, and you sometimes exhausted yourself, and you think about what you become when you're exhausted. Okay, you feel exhausted. You think about that you're exhausted, and the thoughts expand. If you're next day again going to go to the same 4 hours, or you're going to some crazy job where you need to go 10 hours a day. When I was driving taxi in Helsinki, I was doing 10.7 hours, about 10 hours and 45 minutes I was driving at night. And that was usual type of 10 hours and 10 and a half hours. It was a usual night shift. And if you're all the time exhausted, feeling pain, ache, and a small headache, that is going to expand. That is going to, because your feeling in your body, it ignites the thoughts, It ignites how you think. Okay, now I'm exhausted. I can't even cook food when I come home. I'm going to fall in my bed, and I'm going to be paralyzed, or something. It's that kind of exhausted state what fires up these negative thoughts. But when you're in a good mood, you see a good car, you see a nice car, you see a nice looking woman, you see some clothes which are nice, nice, how do you say, design clothes, or these new sneakers, Nike sneakers. Sometimes I thought about them that they're a little bit funny with the colors, and they're different shapes and forms, but I'm starting to think about that they're art. They're a piece of art, and people, they're shoes, but they too are art. They're piece of art. Somebody has put a bunch of good energy into this writing the shoe, and his or her his or her is created this how do you say, beautiful pair of shoes, and I like to see them. I don't like to wear them because I use practical shoes, okay, but I like to see them, and it fires up good ideas, good feelings, and you want good feelings. You want to have good feelings. You want to have happy feelings. You have to. You want to start growing this thinking process, these connections. You need to water them. You need to grow them, and after that, you have a garden full with beautiful thoughts. You have a beautiful thought about yourself. You have a beautiful thought about your life. You have a beautiful thought about your money, your health, your friends, your partners, your neighbors, your doctor, your enemy. And when we come to this mindful state, we need to start protecting this. When we start to protect this, we stand at the guard, like a guard at the gate. And when somebody is trying to come and put us down, tell us that we are not enough, you need to work harder, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to fear, or you need to feel guilty. It's this narcissistic part of society nowadays. A part of the society is you need to feel guilty, you need to feel shame, and if people are feeling guilt or shame, go on day after day, it's big problem. It's going to lead to a catastrophe. Not good. We don't want that. We need to stay and be a guard at the gates of our beautiful garden, with a beautiful life, with a beautiful thoughts, with a beautiful life. And when we do this, our subconscious becomes less and less toxic. And when it becomes less toxic, that's when we can start to think about ourselves in a good and beautiful and deep we can imagine ourselves in a beautiful state, in a deep state. When we see ourselves in beauty, in good health, in wealth, in a beautiful connection, and we water this connection, we grow this connection, we try to think about this connection and make it to become a ihanne, as you say in Finnish, ihanne. It's kind of a long-lasting thought pattern of ourselves in a good light. It becomes at the end so deep that it becomes ourselves. It's what we are or what we become, and that's the goal, and that's how we do it. Okay, that was it. Thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for describing or subscribing, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Take care.